What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy TheTrueRawGaming. I don't wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugar it for you. I'm gonna get this shit to you raw. In today's video, we're back. Holiday's over. We're back to the grind. I hope everybody enjoyed the days, enjoyed the holiday, enjoyed the time with the family. We took a break, but we're back. So today we're gonna be talking about the Highlander rework and pretty much how things look and presented to us after the rework came out. So we're gonna be going over the ones, we're gonna be going over the fours. We'll go over the pros and cons, what I liked and what I didn't like. So if you guys enjoy this type of content or any of my content, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment down below on what you guys want to see next. So first things first, we're going to hop into the ones. This is going to be the duels, rank duel, however you want to look at it, just primarily ones. So I think I speak for all Highlander mains here, as I am a rep 71 as well. Highlander's main issue that we wanted fixed for us moving forward with the character was actually we wanted something that's feightable while in the stance. That's what we wanted. We wanted that, and we wanted a nice, solid opener. We also wanted a way to catch these dodge attacks, but we knew you guys weren't going to give us that, so we just didn't even give a fuck about it. But to be honest, what we really wanted was those two things. We wanted to be able to feint while in our stance, to give it more of a lethality feel. It just kind of seemed the minute you do any kick to grab, you just throw a dodge attack and you are 100% getting out of that. You know, it was really it. That was it. And then the other one was just, man, people just will stare at you the entire time. Well, after this rework, they did do some changes. So in duels, he still has the same issue. You can't really open up from neutral. That is probably the most annoying part, and that's probably why you really won't see any Highlanders in ones unless they just are just him or they strictly play Highlander. Me, I got rep 70. I'm not touching this dude until they give me something, dude, because I'm not going through that stressful journey again. I'm really not. So with that being said, the same issue is he just can't open up anybody if they just want to walk in front of you and stare there. You took away the wave dash. I understand that. So you took away the wave dash, and now you also took away the backstep light. I get it. I understand. It's not healthy for the game. But you can't expect me to do a dodge forward heavy and that be a decent opener because you can feint it. Like, I don't think that's not a real good opener. That's really not. And I'm gonna tell you why. As you start climbing the chain in these higher level duels, they're just gonna play it safe. Like, if you know a high level duel, you know it. Like, you know people are not gonna do anything to that unless they're just trying to make a statement or they're trying to make it look flashy. 9 times out of 10, no one's gonna fall for that shit. They're not. They're just gonna block. If you let it go and you do your dodge forward Celtic Curse opener and you let it go, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to parry it. If the parry flashes off, they're not going to parry it. They're just going to stand there. If the parry flashes on, they're going to react to it, and they're going to parry it. And you think I'm going to do that and then go into stance, and it's not happening. It's not happening. You can't throw neutral lights. Let's just get that out of the way. That's not happening. What they should have did was probably give him an opener bash. I said that. I even put a video. I said, this is going to be one of the most broken characters if he gets the proper rework. He's going to be nasty. He didn't do it the way I wanted him to do it because it would be a useful character. I mean, now it's just like, if he's able to get his mix-ups off, he's a problem. That's just what it is. If he's able to get his mix-ups off, you are going to be in the blender until you find your way out. Now, when I started playing him, I found some tech that I liked, and I found some things that I was able to move around and get openers, but that also required me to have some space. Like, I'm not able to do that in front of someone's face. I'm not going to show what I did because I don't want them to patch it, but it requires me to have some breathing room. If there's no reason for someone to not be in your face, like, there's no reason for it. Like, if for example, if you stand in front of any character who has a decent bash, you're going to get bashed. It's going to be unreactable. You're going to get bashed. If you're not going to stand in front of a Tiandi. It's not happening. You're not doing it. I want you to go try to stand in front of a Tiandi and stare at him for him to throw something. It's not happening. He has too many options. So you need to pull back some. It's the complete opposite with this character. Like, you literally have no reason to pull off this dude, because the minute you do, you are literally giving yourself ample opportunity to get tore up. It's just what it is. Another thing that I do not like regarding the ones is it feels very clunky because the inputs are overlapping itself, and I'm not enjoying it, and it actually pissed me off enough where I end up rage quitting quite a few times. And what I mean by overlapping inputs is, for example, when you're able to do these feints into when you're in your stance, right? You're in the offensive stance. You want to throw a kick, but you want to feint it and then go for a parry on something that's an undodgeable attack. Well, after playing enough, I started to get the point where you will feint, but you're still in the stance. So you need to feint to go back into stance, but also feint again to get out of stance. So that's 2 feints that you need to do. And what the problem is, you can't spam the feint. You cannot do it. It will. I don't know what it's actually doing in the source code or the net code of the game, but in the game, when you're actually feinting and you're spamming B to feint, it's not actually coming out as a second feint. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's like it gets you into your stance. So after the kick, it stops the kick, and after that, it just negates all the inputs that you're doing, because I don't know if something's not registering fast enough. If that's how I can explain it. If I'm hitting feint and I hit feint again, if I'm doing this fast, it should pull me out of my stance so I can parry an Orochi who's doing a dodge attack. So I can parry a Zerk who's doing an undodgeable attack, but I can't do it. So what happens is I'm feinting and I'm trying to get out of the stance to parry the attack. And what's happening is it's coming out as a feint kick, and I'm throwing some random ass heavy attack that's an unblockable because I'm still in the stance. I don't know what that is, but that is probably by far the most annoying part. When the kit that they're advertising is supposed to be the centerpiece of it, you can't effectively use it because it stacks the inputs. So what I happened to do was I had to actually wait quite a long time, and it causes sometimes me to miss some of these parries or miss some of these attacks, or mess up the mix-ups. That's what I was trying to say. And it's an issue because it's very frustrating when I see the attack, I make the right read, I make the right prediction, I can react to it, but because the game is not allowing me to do that, it's very frustrating. It's worse than when Shinobi or PK had to do these specifically timed RB taps when they're doing their special moves. When you're doing the sickle rain with Shinobi, it was RB, RB, RB. You could not spam that shit or it would just not register the input. It's the same thing here. You spamming that feint button and it just will not come out. I don't know what the issue is on that, but hopefully we can fix something on that. But those are really the only 2 things that I really don't like. I'm not going to keep this video long because there is a long list of things that I would like them to put in there, but I know they're not going to give a fuck. I'm not going to listen, so there's no point in me even saying that. But overall, I think for Duels, I have him between a B and an A tier. I think that he has the potential to be at the top, but if they're not gonna allow you to do anything, it's just what it is, dude. If you have, I think this character is a good example of, it depends on how strong your opponent is. If you have a strong opponent, this is probably not gonna be your first pick. I don't care how many reps you have, you're probably gonna go straight to the meta picks. If you want to beat somebody and money is on the line, you're probably not gonna pick this guy, because like I said, it really depends on if you're able to get into your mix-ups. You have a slew of mix-ups that you can do. 9 times out of 10, if someone's that good, they're not going to allow you to get to that point. It's just, I mean, it's you play a safe defense and it shuts down all that shit before he gets into it. So I have him at a B to A tier for that. Going for the 4s. Whew, if you guys see my short, if you guys see my TikTok, this guy is very strong in 4s. Very, 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 very strong. I think that he has very, very good setups when he's ganking with an optimal team. I believe that he can actually set up a lot of creative combos and creative ganks and lots of high damage potential. Even though he has some of his damage nerfed down, I think that you can really put your opponents in some crazy, wild ass situations where they're gonna have to have the most godly read to get out of it. Just the fact that if he goes into stance anywhere near you and you're not locked onto him, you're gonna have a very hard time. I found that out the hard way. I just think that he's very, very strong. He's a very solid guy. The only thing I do not like about this Enforce is the speed is just still too slow. It's still too slow. I don't know if he was actually the slowest, but he felt like the slowest character in the entire game. And to literally make him on par with Kensei, who is really not that fast either, was kind of disrespectful. You could have just left him with nothing. You just did that to make it look like it was a little better than what it was. But I honestly don't see that much of a difference. I really don't. I literally played, match, and in the testing ground, I bounced back into the regular. The difference, I mean, it's not really that much. It's not game breaking. I don't think it's game breaking. If you put the rush on, obviously rush makes everything better. I think the multiplier on that looks a little bit better. But I mean, I'm saying it's not good because I see what the hell you guys did with Shugoki. I see what you guys did. You guys chose to make him that fucking fast, where he's outrunning Shinobi and he's outrunning a lot of these other characters, and he's that big, and it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense for that character to be that fast. It's ridiculous. And then you look at Highlander, and he's a very in shape character, and I don't think that he should run that slow. I just think that's a little too slow. If you want, you could increase the speed a little bit and bring down rush multiplier for that one. I mean, I don't know. I think that still, me getting to the fight is just taking a little bit too long. Like it's hard going from playing Shinobi, playing Orochi, playing any of these characters, Hitokiri. You play any of these characters and then you swap to him, you can tell it's a huge margin of how slow he is, and it's like you're gonna get there, and then if you die, you're like, oh shit, here goes another 10 seconds to wait, and don't let it be breach. Don't let it be breach and you die, and then you have to run all the way back up there. It's just it's not fun. It's really not. But overall for that, I have to give him a solid minimum A tier. I say the A tier because he has good damage, he has good setups. I already see that he can kind of fit in where he needs to, as far as with any kind of team optimization. If he wants to play with X character, he can play with X character. If he wants to gank over here with this character, I'm sure there's a lot of different things that we can do. We only had a week to look at it, but it's a lot that he can do. I think I'm probably looking forward to playing him in fours. I'm probably not going to touch him in ones. It's just too annoying with like I said, the overlapping inputs. It's very annoying. Like when I'm trying to do my certain moves. Then I don't want to sit here and deal with people staring at me when I'm playing Highlander. Just don't want to do it. I really don't. I don't care if I'm 70 reps or not. I'm not in the mood to deal with it. I want to be able to walk somebody down. If you're gonna stand there, there's gonna be a punishment for it. But like I said, I want to keep this video shorter. I'm not gonna talk about the long list of stuff that I have on these notes here. But yeah, that's gonna be about it, man. Tell me what you guys think down below on Highlander, man. I don't wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugar it for you. I'm gonna get that shit to you.